Xavier Architects, what is up? Okay, let's jump right back into the Ando project. So we got our floor plans all laid out, and now it's time to, accessorize a little bit. Put in some windows, some doors, put in our stairs. So what we want to do is we want to start with creating some new layers. We've got our walls, we've got our hatch, and we want to create a doors/windows layer. And I made that white, and make an annotation layer and make that black, and a stairs layer, and just choose whatever color you'd like, just something different. I made mine green. Okay, let's start with the doors and windows. So I want to make that my write-in layer, right? So I'm putting a check mark next to it so that I'm writing into that layer. And I'm just going to go up to my polyline, and I'm going to click and drag, and spacebar again, and boom, spacebar. Spacebar has become a nice little tool, right? If you're using the same tool over and over again, you use that space bar. Now, this is a window here, okay? This is a window here. And this is a door. These are all doors. We got 2 interior doors and 2 outside doors, and all of them are 10 centimeters apart. So I'm going to grab this guy and this guy, and then I'm going to take him and Alt-click on the arrow, -10 to offset that 10. And then I'm going to highlight both of those and use the mirror tool to find my midpoint here. Click and drag. Not quite where it needs to be, so I'm going to move that. And it says point to move from and point to move to. Boom. So I get that into place. And back to my polyline tool up here, and I can draw my inside wall here and my inside wall here. Oops. Try that again. And boom. Okay. All right. So I can continue doing that same thing down here. These are all windows though, so these are going to be 25 centimeters wide, 25 centimeters wide. So you don't have to worry about any more doors the rest of the levels. I'm going to take these 2. Come with me. Hold down the Shift key and copy that. Well, I could probably Alt drag it, can't I? That'd actually be easier to just yeah, it probably would have been easier to just copy it than that. You know what? I'm going to undo that and just copy this. So probably could have already drawn them in at this rate. But sometimes, it's fun to use the tools that you know how to use. All right, so I'm going to hit copy. And then it wants a point to copy from, so I'll click there in that little corner, and then I'll come down to the next floor, and boom, enter. And you can continue that all the way down to each of the levels. I've already done some of this stuff just as a means of saving some time. I'm only going to show you a couple of the layers you can copy for the rest of them. All right, so we got our windows and doors in. And now we want to do our stairs. Okay, so I'm going to make my stairs the active layer. And for my stairs, I'm just going to go up here and grab a polyline and draw from the edge of that to here. And then I'm going to take that and move it back -5 centimeters. Because if you look at the floor plan that I provided for you, you'll see there's a little landing there, like the stairs don't go flush with that wall. So I'm going to take that, and I want to copy that, so I'm going to hold down Alt and click, and I want -18 centimeters in between each step. So hitting we're Alt clicking that and enter. And Alt-click, enter, and Alt-click, enter, all the way back to fill this in for each of the steps. One more, oops. One more. Okay, just like that. Okay, I've got a nice little set of steps there. Now I want to create a mirror image of those on the other side here. So I'm going to use that mirror tool again, which I love. Such a cool tool. And I'll use the midpoint of this center wall as my axis point. And there you go. That creates a little mirror image of that right on down. And I'm going to highlight these and shift and highlight these. And I'm going to copy. And my reference point is going to be this guy right here, this little corner of the wall. And I'm just going to come straight down to the next floor. That would be this guy. And find that reference point and click. And then enter. And I could do that for each of the floors, right, all the way down. All right. So now that I have that done, I want to draw my annotations. Okay. So my annotations are going to be like, the little text, like measurements and things like that you see in floor plans a lot of times. We're not going to do all those annotations because, frankly, they're not a lot of fun to do. It's kind of, it's a lot of grunt work that we don't have to do. So we're trying to focus on just the nuts and bolts and the fun. But we will do the annotations for the stairs because those are, those are kind of fun to do. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a polyline. I want to make sure that my annotation layer is selected. And I'm going to click and drag right across here, something like that. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to draw a line, another polyline that comes perpendicular from this one. So like that. And then cut through like that. And then back to the line perpendicular, perpendicular. Oh, I had it for a second. Let me zoom in. That'll be easier. Perpendicular. Where are you, perp? Oh, I don't have it selected here. No wonder. Oh, snap. Perp. There it is. Bang. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm going to highlight that whole thing there. And I'm going to use the trim command to get rid of this line and this line. And what that means is basically there are stairs above this. Escape. Escape. All right, there we go. There are stairs above this that are also going up. So that's what that line means there. And we're going to go to the midpoint of this line here. And we're going to make a little circle. And we're going to grab a polyline and draw an arrow coming like so. And like this. Something like this. Okay. Just freehanded, it's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to grab my text tool here and type in up. And I'm going to choose 10 centimeters for the size of the text. Say OK. And boom, drop that in. And I'm going to highlight that, get my gumball going, and I'm going to rotate it with the gumball just like so. And we'll copy it from the midpoint here to the midpoint over here. Where are you, midpoint? There you are. And enter. And then this is going to be text DN for down. And once again, I will select this and perform my rotation. Maybe move it up just a little bit, just a hair. Oh, just there. Too far. That's good enough. Okay, cool. So once I have those annotations, I can do the same thing that I did with the stairs, where I can highlight this and then hold down the Shift key and select the arrows and the circles and copy. And we'll choose the top of the stairs here to copy from. And then we'll go down. Oops, I messed it up. Try that again. Copy. And from here down to here. And I could carry on copying that. Ooh, I missed the other annotation. I forgot to grab the other annotation. But when you do it, you won't forget because you're cool like that. And you're smarter than I am. Okay? So get that done. That'll be rocking and rolling. And then we're ready to do the next thing, which is making the floor plan into a three-dimensional building. Okay, good luck.